Hi everyone, my name's Amy and I'm just going to make a quick video about Jupiter's transit through the sign of Gemini. Now, Jupiter entered the sign of Gemini on the 25th, 26th of May, depending on where you are in the world, and Jupiter will stay in Gemini until the 5th, 6th of June 2025. So Jupiter will spend about 12 months in the sign of Gemini, and as a general rule, Jupiter spends about 12 months in each of the signs. Now, Jupiter is a planet that is associated with wisdom. It's associated with our faith, our belief systems, associated with God. We just know something to be true. It's associated also with philanthropy, kindness, luck, and also children. Now, to get a clear understanding and insight into how Jupiter's transit through the sign of Gemini will play out, we need to understand how the Jupiter topics I just spoke about will be expressed through the sign of Gemini. So we need to have a little bit of information about Gemini as well. So Gemini is a Mercury ruled sign. So things like media, commerce, and communications are associated with it. Also dissecting and examining information, like getting to the facts, the heart of the matter. It's an air sign, so it's got this sociable aspect to it as well. It's associated with the intellect and moving around and being busy. Gemini is a mutable sign. So mutable signs always, all the mutable signs, as a matter of fact, fall at the end of the season. So they're associated with going from one thing to another, and also they're associated with many things, two of things. They're also called bicorporeal signs. Now, Gemini is also a masculine sign, so it gets up and makes things happen. It doesn't just sit back and let things happen as well. So we've got Jupiter, this planet of faith, knowing something to be true, moving through a sign that wants to know the facts and figures of something. So I think there's going to be a lot of questioning of belief systems around. Like, I always think about, when I think of Jupiter and Gemini, about when I was in primary school, and these two people from one of the local evangelical churches come to talk to like 7 or 8-year-old kids about God. And the kids just didn't really want a bar of it because they couldn't give them the facts that God exists. Or the best that they could do is say, oh, it's in the Bible. But then the kids would go, I can't see him, can't feel him, can't smell him. Like, how do I know he's there? And yeah, they never come back after that either. So yeah, I think there's going to be this questioning of belief systems. I also think any information, anything that we'll probably have a little bit of trouble growing things, making things happen, because we'll be just too busy focusing on the details and not seeing the bigger picture. I think other things that are kind of come into question as well is the information that's going on social media. Probably governments will be trying to come in and really crack down on that sort of stuff as well. So I think Elon Musk is going to be quite busy, probably in the courts over the next 12 months. But as a general rule, I don't think Jupiter's transit through the sign of Gemini is going to be a huge problem. It will be receiving a square from Saturn the whole 12 months it's there. So whatever we're trying to grow and expand will come with some obstacles and restrictions to figure out as well. And another thing too is I think we're just going to be really busy, feel like we're all over the shop, and probably our nervous systems with all this stuff going on around us will be a little bit fried as well. Okay, so now I'll just get into doing some horoscopes for the 12. So if you're an Aries rising, Jupiter's transit through Gemini will be occurring in your 3rd house. So you're going to be really busy in your local community. 3rd house is also, I find it's quite associated with small business. So there could be some increase. If you've got a small business, there could be some better financial reward or more things going on in your small business. You could be linking up with people in your local community, business-wise as well. But with Saturn square coming from the 12th house, I think you're going to have to be a little bit careful that you're not being your own worst enemy while you're trying to make things happen as well. All right. So if you are a Taurus rising, Jupiter's transit through Gemini will be occurring in your 2nd house. So that some of you can be getting a bit more in your income. You could be diversifying your income streams. You could be starting more side hustles on all those sorts of things. one thing I think you're going to have to watch for as well, as soon as the money's coming in your pocket, that it's not going back out again. All right, if you are a Gemini rising, Jupiter's transit through Gemini will be going through your first house. So it's going to feel like probably the last 12 months, everything's felt a bit stale and stagnant. Now that Jupiter's gone into your first house, there's going to be all these new opportunities coming to you, and you're going to have a hard time figuring out what opportunities to latch onto and stick with. Jupiter going through the first house as well can often cause a bit of weight gain. So if you're susceptible to that, you probably want to just keep an eye on your diet. But as a general rule, you're going to just feel a little bit more happy, a little bit more optimistic, and things are just going to fall in your lap a little bit better. If you are a Cancer rising, Jupiter's transit through Gemini will be occurring in your 12th house. This will be a time where you're probably going to be making some big trips overseas, or a time where you just keep quiet and really get into your spiritual world to help you heal. You can be dealing with some health issues as well, but what can happen is those health issues are easily sorted out, or long-standing health issues finally get a chance to heal and you can move on. If you are a Leo rising, Jupiter's transit through Gemini will be occurring in your 11th house. This means that you can see increased opportunity through friendships, joining more groups, finding the right people to help you help your career as well. People are just going to be probably at you a lot more, wanting you there, wanting you here. You're going to feel like, I need a break from all these people. But whatever people come into your life now usually will come through opportunity. If you are a Virgo rising, Jupiter's transit through Gemini will be occurring in your 10th house. So this is a time when there's increased growth and opportunity in your career. It can also be a time where you leave a career behind and move on to a better one, or it can be a time where you start working 2 jobs. If you are a Libra rising, Jupiter's transit through Gemini will be occurring in your 9th house. So the 9th house is associated with wisdom and our belief system. So out of probably all of the signs, you guys will be really questioning your belief systems a lot more. It's also a time where you can start a course. So you might, instead of just starting one course, you could be starting a couple of courses with Jupiter's transit through Gemini. And it's also sometimes teachers and mentors can come into your life too that really help you as well. If you are a Scorpio rising, Jupiter's transit through Gemini will be occurring in your 8th house. So this is a time where if you're financially strapped, someone just comes in and gives you the help you need. You could also be applying for loans or student loans, or you probably want to be careful that you don't get those, what do they got? But those payday loans where they've got a really, really high interest rate. You probably just really want to be careful about that sort of stuff. But people, if you need financial assistance, you're going to be able to find it. Sagittarius rising, Jupiter's transit through Gemini will be going through your 7th house. So if you're single, you could have a few people on the go at this time. If you're in a committed relationship, you can take your relationship to the next level. And also if you are single, you could finally meet somebody that really offers you this really uplifting and nice feeling. If you are a Capricorn rising, Jupiter's transit through Gemini will be going through your 6th house. So you can find yourself really busy at work. It's a good transit to get off your butt and put in some really beneficial health and well-being routines into your daily life. And it's also a time where you can, if you've got 1 cat, you can end up with 10. All right, if you are an Aquarius rising, Jupiter's transit through Gemini will be going through your 5th house. So this is a time where some Aquarius risings might get surprise news they're having twins. It's also a time where you start adding a little bit more and more hobbies and fun into your life. It's a time where your kids, you could be really busy just running around after your kids all the time and you're getting sick of it. It's also a time where the topics of love really come to the forefront and what you want in a loving relationship. If you are a Pisces rising, Jupiter's transit through Gemini will be occurring in your 4th house. So some of you could be buying another house, some of you could be moving, some of you could see your family growing as well, or you could be moving rentals and running around with all the real estates trying to find a rental. All right, well, thanks for listening, and I hope Jupiter's transit through the sign of Gemini goes well for you.